What's up, guys? It's Brian from Hashware Hub. It's about 10:04 p.m. Eastern Time, March 8, 2018. We're coming to you with a trading video. But first, as always, if you're new to us, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube. And if you're on Steemit and or DTube, please do the same there. And upvote, re-steam would be greatly appreciated. And if you're not over at Steemit and or DTube, links are down below. Links are also down below, or the link down below is also included for our Facebook trading team. So let's get right into it. Where did we leave off last? I don't even recall. I think it was actually here. If it's not, please pardon me here. But I think we were over here. And we were talking about how a lot of these wicks were coming down. Maybe it was on a 4-hour basis. Yeah, I think it was a 4-hour basis we were looking at last. 4-hour basis. A lot of these wicks were coming down, and we were saying, it could be bullish, could be bearish, but we were leaning towards the bearish side. Yeah, it was definitely the 6-hour right here. We were leaning towards the bearish side, because it just looked like as if we needed another wave here. And that's exactly what happened. It happened actually pretty aggressively. Let's go back to the 1-hour chart real quick. It happened pretty aggressively. We were in this oversold territory on the Laguerre RSI for some time here, right? For some time. And it even has then sold off even further from there. So let's go ahead and, I didn't get too granular. I got home really late tonight, so I didn't get too granular into the Elliott wave theories type stuff, or really counting, what the waves are. But what I will say is that it looks like this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming back down. It looks like possibly that this was here an A, a B, and a C, and we're getting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where I would count this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I'm not sure if the 5th is over just yet, but that looks about right on a small 5-wave basis. Okay, there's another way to count this where this whole thing is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm not really going to get into that just yet, but that definitely could be. It definitely could be counted in that manner. It would change the way in which we look at some of this other stuff back here, but it is a possibility. But my primary count is kind of the way that we've been looking at it, as a WXY. All right. So in other words, as a double a zigzag. So if that's the case, then what we would be looking for is a smaller ABC. Right, similar to kind of like what we had here, and then possibly another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming back down. All right, where the Y could be much lower. Okay, I would not be surprised if we could get to somewhere around an 8,000 level. I would not be surprised. That tends to line up to the bottom here as well. I'll actually line it up more exactly. That comes out to about 7,827, and somewhere around this bottom. Okay, where we're having problems right now is the top. Right, is the top of this one. The top of this one is somewhere around 8,955. Right, the market right now is 9,027. So somewhere along this top right here is creating some sort of resistance for possibly, if we can count this as a fifth wave. It looks short. It definitely looks short. So yeah, I mean it looks a little short. Maybe yes, maybe no. You can make the argument either way, but I haven't really looked into too much detail with with measuring it directly, but I'm kind of eyeballing it. So there's a good chance that this was the fifth right here of this small 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was the fifth wave, and then we had an A, we had a B, we had a C. So these green numbers here, as I was looking at as far as an alternative alternative count is probably not accurate. Another way to go ahead and draw this is that this is the fifth wave right here, but this right here would be kind of, it just wouldn't be proportional, right? This would be, this would be like basically wave 4, and then we had this as wave 5. It just doesn't look right. This little correction in here kind of throws me off. This would throw me off with respect to what happened right here. It just throws me off completely. In other words, this would be the 4. This would be the 4 wave, and it just throws me off completely compared to what the 2 wave looked like. So that's kind of just the way that I'm looking at it right now. I'll try to go ahead tomorrow morning. I'll try to look at things a little bit more closely as far as Elliott wave counts are concerned. Excuse me. Wow, sorry. Don't mean to put you guys to sleep. But right now that's what we got. So as far as hidden support levels are concerned, we made an update to them about 5 hours ago on our YouTube channel, but I think we're gonna update them again. So basically, the 1 hour hidden support level right now, we're looking at it to be 9,275. 9275. All right. Hold up a sec. Let's move this here. Okay, so this 9,275 is basically coming from this low right here. It's not calculated like that, but it's lining up with this low right here, which would make sense because of the fact that as far as resistance levels are concerned, this is obviously, it was support, and now it's resistance. Now we had mentioned that this was possibly going to be some sort of support right here, and that's exactly what it ended up turning out to be. I think we mentioned that when we were going over the video, and we were somewhere along here. So that's that there. So on the 4 hour basis, though, on a 4 hour basis, the resistance line is actually 9,998. All right, 9,998, and that's what's going on a 4 hour basis. Again, we want to see some bullish momentum. If we want to see some bullish momentum, this bullish momentum needs to break above, at the very least, the 1 hour hidden support level, and also this other swing low right here of 9,260. We do see some volume coming in, and that's good, but it looks like it's selling volume. It doesn't look like it's buying volume, just the way in which the candles are looking. So another thing I want to take a look at real quick is another way to go about looking at this. And we've been, we've kind of kept some of these separate ways a little bit hidden, just because they can change. They can change quite a bit, and they can also kind of scare the bejesus out of people at the same time. So another way to go ahead and look at this is we're having a 1, and obviously this is a 2, right? And then we're going to have a 3 coming up. But I'd imagine if this is the 2, then we're probably gonna come down to some sort of 8,000 level. All right, because this is a pretty big how do I put it? This is a pretty big count. In other words, pretty big waves here. Another way to go ahead and look at it, and also has a similar type of bottom, the way in which I'm measuring it, is that we have an A, we have a B coming down, and then we'll have a C. And I want you to really pay attention to that one really quick, because of the fact that if we have an ABC and this is a corrective wave going up, what does that mean? That means the main trend is going down. Okay, that means there's going to be much larger correction coming over time, and we're not going to know this stuff for quite some time. So that's really the reason why I don't really mention a lot of these things. But the reason why I'm mentioning it right now is because of the fact that I'm taking a look to see where this possibly could get to, right? Where could this possibly get to, and what are the possibilities? And those are two big possibilities. You know, they're on opposite ends of the spectrum, meaning bullish or bearish, but they're two possibilities. And there are many others, don't get me wrong, but those are two main possibilities that I want you guys to at least know about right now. So as far as a low is concerned, you know, where this Y, if this really is a WXY, right? Could be, it is, like I mentioned before, somewhere around the swing low right here of call it like around 7,800, somewhere along those lines. Another thing I want to take a look at is what is going on on the different markets, and we mentioned this earlier today. So on this market right here for Bitcoin, this is Bitstamp. We're well below this top line. If you look at what is this, Bitfinex, we're well below the top line. If you look at come on, TradingView. If you look at Binance, we're just slightly below it. And if you look at Coinbase, we're slightly below it too. So there's a few different ways to look at this. My way happens to be a little bit more the bearish, is that before, when, you know, let's say, for example, we were up here on these charts, on the other exchanges, we were like sitting right on top of the green line, and people were looking at this as support. But now, since we've broken down further, it may spook the market, which is going to go ahead and make the market run a little bit lower. And guys, again, I'm not trying to spread any type of FUD or anything else like that. Not at all. I actually saw some people on, some big name people, okay, big name people, have many more subscribers than I do, okay, big names, and they're actually making money off of this, you know, their subscribers, and this is their full-time gig, what they do. I cannot believe the words that are coming out of their mouth, and they're basically saying, quote unquote, Bitcoin is over, okay, I'm done with Bitcoin, I'm not trading anymore, I'm selling all my positions, and this is where it gets real bad. And I also would recommend you to do the same thing. Okay, that's the type of thing that they're writing in their Twitter, and I think it's absolutely like it's not forgivable, like absolutely at all. If you are a supporter of this world, of this industry, you should not. Those words should never come out of your mouth. Okay, it just find it nuts. So that's FUD. This is not. I'm just telling you where I see things possibly going, and at least my 2 cents. You take it or leave it, plug it into your analysis, you know, and move on, however which way you want. So, so that's what I think. I'm reading into this a little bit about on the different exchanges, where some people are only looking at one exchange or another exchange, and they don't really cast their net wide with regards to several exchanges. And then when their exchange happens to break this trend line, all of a sudden they may have like their panic, you know what I mean, which is obviously going to spread around to the other exchanges too, which may continue to push this down. So we are at I would say, semi-significant support level right here based on this top of 1. This is a complete wave failure. What I would say right now, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the way I'm counting it right now, is a complete wave failure. So this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're going to count this as 5 waves up, because you could not have this thing retrace lower than, you know, the whole freaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just doesn't work that way. So, and it's gone significantly lower. So, the next thing I want to go ahead and I want to take a look at is fib retracement. Mr. Fibonacci. I think he was Italian. Pretty sure. Okay. So, where are we right now? We're basically sitting at the 50% level. All right. 50% level is about 8,849. We're basically sitting almost right on top of it. The market nearly hit it. Okay, so that's an additional you know, support for the support that we called out before, as far as the top of 1. Right, so now it's almost like a band. All right, so that's pretty significant, and even for Bitcoin, I mean, that's, you know, significant enough for things. Sorry guys, literally the program that I record this on stopped because I was running out of space on the drive that I was recording it on. Can't make this shit up. Anyway, so yeah, so like I was saying, 50% retracement is sufficient enough to, you know, to continue or to turn around and basically move back up. There's nothing, you know, it's not like a, you know, the 0.236 type retracement, not at all. So, you know, we've definitely at least can check that off, our box here. So, another thing I want to go ahead and show you that, you know, volume has picked up here, and that's cool. That's always a good thing. Next thing, let's take a look at moving averages, right? So, I'll just cut to the chase, really, as far as what I'm seeing as far as moving average is concerned, and this brings us to the daily. Come on, daily. Okay, we are sitting right on top of the 200 moving average, right? I mean, within reason, right? 200 moving average. A 200 moving average right now on a daily basis is 8,944. We're sitting right on top of that. That is a major point of support. Major point of support. Did I say that? Major point of support. Okay, so look at where on a daily basis, right, the 200 moving average has been. Okay, we've only in recent history crossed over it once here. This is on Bitstamp, right? Well, crossed over it significantly once here, right? So if I were to bet, if somebody were to say, look at this chart and only look at the 200 moving average, are we going to go up or are we going to go down? I would say, and again, guys, this is my play. I'm not trying to say go out and short the market, okay? Because a lot needs to go into when you trade. A lot more needs to go into when you trade than just you know, than this 2-second analysis looking from this chart. I would say that the market needs to significantly pierce the 200 moving average again to the downside. It needs to go ahead and do that to test it significantly in order for us to move back up. And what does that mean? It needs to at least get down to somewhere around the 8,000 level in order for the 200 moving average really to form a basis from which to spring up from. Now, other people may completely argue with me, and hey, they may be completely correct. Absolutely, no question. But I don't see anything bullish right now as far as this is concerned. We have a lot of bearish candles coming right down here. Okay, unless we get some sort of indecision candle coming within the next, you know, day or two, I just continue to just see this going down. Again, it's not means for you to. That's no means for you to continue to go out and start shorting things or start selling your positions. Okay, you need to go ahead and again, and no matter how many times I say, there's always just somebody. You need to go ahead and do your own homework. This is the way I see it right now. I will not trade based on specifically on this analysis, and so nor should you. You need to do your own analysis. So and this could, and what I tell you here could be one input into your analysis. So next thing I want to go ahead and want to take a look at here is on the 6-hour chart. On the 6-hour chart, again, looking still pretty bearish. Okay, the RSI here has dipped into oversold territory, but it doesn't mean that it's been the most oversold it's ever been, right? There's been times when it's been more oversold without a doubt. Okay, so there could be more room to run to the downside. So if I'm looking to trade this, well, what am I doing right now? Okay, I'm looking right now to see if this level is going to hold, and also that 50% retracement level is going to hold. And I'm looking at everything. I'm going down to the 5-minute, the 1-minute, 3-minute, and I'm looking to see if these levels are going to hold. Right? I want to see some sort of support. Right? Even right now, this is on a 5-minute basis. A little bit of a triangle forming right here. Okay? This is what I'm looking at. Something needs to break. Something needs to break. Okay? And maybe an A, B, C, D, E up, something like that. Who knows, right? I'd be looking at everything I could get my hands on as far as where this could possibly go, right? So and that's how I gauge my entries, and I don't really know of any other better way of going about it. This is what works for me. So yeah, A, B, C, D, E. Who knows? This could break down to the downside. Not sure. Okay, anyway, so this is, and I would be watching this like a hawk, right? And I'd be setting up my ladders. I'd be looking for this to go ahead and break. You want this to break. You don't go ahead and get in, now without it actually breaking what you feel to be a significant support level. If you're looking to trade this as far as shorting is concerned. If you're looking to buy it, you want to see some sort of break to the upside. Right now, we're not seeing really any type of bottom formation, at least on the hour basis. Right? We started seeing more on the 1-minute and the 3-minute, but hey, that's kind of short term if you're going to be buying this on an hour basis and thinking it's going to move up on a large hourly basis. So, anyway, that's what we got for right now. I'd like to do a bit more Elliott wave analysis. Elliott wave counting in the morning, but I really haven't had any of that really prepared for right now, and I wanted to get some sort of video out to you guys, at least in the interim. So with that said, happy trading, and speak to you guys soon.